Hi everybody. Okay, so it's Monday. We're in November now, and I'm happy about that. Okay. So because Friday was Halloween, there might have been a little bit of carryover, and there was, but only a little bit. Because Kyle was still awake. You're supposed to believe that Kyle was still awake after putting Harrison to bed, right? So Jack comes in and says, I thought I heard somebody down here. Can I have a nightcap or can we have a nightcap? So he's like, okay. But then he warns him and says, I may not be good company because of Claire. Because remember, okay, so they had a costume. They were going to have a costume all together, the three little pigs, but also added in one was a house of bricks, one was straw, and Claire was going to be sticks. But Claire is in LA, so she couldn't be that. Okay, so then they take a picture and send it to her, and Harrison wanted to know if she had replied yet, and she hadn't because she hadn't seen it yet. Um, okay, so then imagine a split screen, like I always say. On the one side is Claire dealing with what happened overnight, and on the other side is um, Kyle dealing with his feelings. So, um, and he keeps mentioning about, um, well, I'm worried that the more time I don't spend with her, the less she's gonna walk away from me. And I'm like, okay, um, I don't know, but she kind of already did. But she doesn't really owe you anything. So I don't know what you're talking about because she broke up with you. You're broken up. So even if, say they get back together, okay, I'm going to do two scenarios here. Say they get back together. She doesn't owe him anything because they broke up. So literally, she can do what she wants. Okay? So say they don't get back together and she actually stays with Holden. Um, which would be a nice change because I don't know. I just want to see some changes. I don't want to see the people that are supposed to be together. I just want to see a shakeup. I mean, and plus, also this goes along the trajectory of what I always talk about. There are a couples who are meant for the long term, like end goals, okay, or end game. If they're really meant to be in game, then it doesn't matter what she does at this point because they'll find their way back to each other. But I really think that Claire has to go her own path and be who she wants to be and with who she wants to be with. That's what I really believe. Okay? So I'm fine with the Holden thing. And I thought about this last night. You know how they give couple names where they basically put um, each name together. Okay, well, either way you do it, it doesn't sound right. So I'm making up another name for this couple. This couple only. They're golden, okay? Because it doesn't work out any other way. And plus, it's kind of cool, okay? So if they can become a couple, that's my name for them. Okay. So let's talk about the weirdness of this episode. Well, okay, there was a good part, and then there was some weirdness. Okay, so the good part is apparently Jack found a candy that he hadn't had for a long time, so he had a piece of candy, and it took him back to childhood. That was cool. And it's always cool to see Jack and Kyle interact. I love father son interactions, especially when you can feel the authenticity and the acting. Because I feel like they really care about each other beyond what's on the page. You know? Okay, so then moving on. Um, we have this B storyline that's kind of a huge thing. And I didn't know how huge it was until today because remember I told you that I saw Roger Howard in Friday's episode and his name now is Matt Clark. Now I didn't know any history about Matt Clark at all, but I knew that it had to be bad given Sharon's reaction. Because when Sharon saw him and said, Matt Clark, what are you doing here? All shocked. I'm like, okay, so what happened here? What's the backstory? Well, I didn't have to do too much digging because they told me today. He's supposed to be unalive. So the fact that he's alive is shocking to say the least. Yeah, so okay, mystery solved. Although I don't know. Of course, there's more mystery, but I mean the initial mystery is done. So, um, okay, and then I'm gonna get to the weird part. So you're supposed to believe this is the middle of the night, right? Okay. Now Claire and Holden, you know, have um adult adult time. Okay. And he doesn't want to leave. But then she tells him that she's gonna have breakfast with her mother and grandmother. Right? Okay. So he leaves. Reluctantly, but he leaves. So she gets back in bed after getting out of bed to, walk him to the door. She gets back in bed and she's texting somebody. And all this says is, Are you awake? And I'm like, Huh? Okay, that's strange. Why would you text somebody, Are you awake? I mean, besides the obvious, but like, why? Okay, so then I'm like going through the Rolodex in my head of who she would be texting that time of night and say, Are you awake? And I don't know, the romantic in me said maybe she's texting Kyle to talk or whatever because that boy really wants to talk to her. And I kind of want them to have a discussion just so he'll like ease up or something. I don't know what. But like, okay, if you could have a picture of a broken man, Kyle is a picture of a broken man. And broken doesn't always mean crying and like all that. It's just like lost. Okay? That boy is completely lost without her. It's odd. Um, okay. So then that's part of why I wanted her to talk to him. But she texted her mother, and her mother came right over, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. Then I do the chronology in my head. I'm like, okay, so you have a good night with a new guy. He's nice to you. All this stuff is good, nothing bad. Why are you texting your mother? Why? Why? Okay, now I'm really close to some family members too. Okay, but I am not that close. Not that close. It's a little too close for me. I, I felt weird. I'm like, why are you talking to your mother? Then she goes into this whole thing that she feels guilty that she let somebody down. So then Victoria says, "Do you feel like you let Harrison down or Kyle?" And then I don't know. Now, okay, this might be going a little bit ahead, but this is what I don't want. I don't want this to be a one night stand. Point A. Point B. I do not want her to regret, feel bad about, feel guilty for anything that she did. Point B. Point C. Honey, shake up your life. You're happier than you've ever been. You're not thinking about anybody else. You're not worried about how they feel, how they're going to take it, all that stuff. Just enjoy your life because you've been through a lot. Just enjoy it. He's a nice guy. He hasn't done anything to you. Like, there are no red flags. There are no even yellow flags. Just go with it. Okay. So, yeah. We'll have to see what really happens. But that's my take on today. Okay. Bye everybody.